So let's say now you're in H5 and you're in late game and you want to make your economy and your military as strong as possible. If you end up with Habesha, Portuguese, Jesuits, and then Arabs, you're going to have this set up here in your mountain monastery. You're also going to have a church and an arsenal. And these things are all very important, I think, which is why I recommend that sequence of age ups. So you're going to have 6 mountain monasteries. 5 will be in your base. And they're basically going to act like little factories for you because you're going to research this tech, Ark of the Covenant, which allows them to gather resources without sitting on mines. So that's super important, I think. Really necessary for late game Ethiopia, which is why you need to age with Habesha. You're going to want city walls, of course. You're going to want this tech here, which lets you get influence in addition to experience. So that's going to turn your army into a way to gather more resources. There's a few ways to do that. There's 2 other cards that will let you do that too. I'll talk about those in a minute. You're going to want this tech here, which allows you to get more admins and to have them heal better. And it's also going to make it so your admins don't appear as idle vills, which is recently patched and is pretty nice. That's a tech now. We're going to also get this tech here, which allows you to boost hit points of your army with a mountain monastery. So the reason you have 5 in base is so that you can build the last one up with your army, which is important. If you have the APM, you want to keep a mountain monastery near where your army is fighting at all times for that 10% HP boost. So you've got your fields, they're all transitioned to coin and food. You're going to want granaries near them to give you eco boost. That's pretty important. So you're going to want to build granaries pretty much all over to make sure that all your bills are getting a boost on their field gathering with that. You're going to want to get full max cows. Those are going to trickle influence for you, and you're going to want to get, of course, all the market techs. We'll just get those going. So with your army, important things for late game is having this train time, which is why you have to age up with the Jesuits at some point, and then it's also very important to have your arsenal techs, which is why you have to age up with the Portuguese at some point, especially counter-infantry rifling and these techs here. The other thing you're going to want to do is spam Kingdom Builders. This is really nice. It's going to let you build forward forts everywhere. That's through the Habesha age up. So, let's see. With our granaries, of course, you want to get all the food and coin techs. Going down here into this bottom row, if you want to make mercenaries out of your fort, especially Gatling camels, it's definitely good to research these techs from the Arabs, which let you get cheaper units and turns their costs partially into coin. You really want smokeless powder, which comes from the Jesuits, which increases gunpowder damage. And then prior to this, you might want this to increase villager speed, return speed, and then you want to get more admins for up on the front. These will be healing your army and absorbing damage. So let's talk about cards now. This would be the deck I'm using for like a late game team game. Eco cards here, all very important. This food gathering card, very important. Like I said, there's ways to trickle coin and influence. One of them is the monastery tech, which gives you influence in addition to XP when you kill units. Another version of that is cartridge currency, which gives you coin in addition to experience. And then finally, this card here gives you experience or influence trickling just from having units standing around from your war camps. So I think all 3 of those are important things to have to increase your eco in late game. Jesuit influence is very good to send early, just to give you that nice influence flow. This card I think is quite good. This one as well. This gives you lots of wagons to build, war camps as well as forts, it also researches for you the fortified cities upgrade, which is here, which is a hugely impactful boost to your palace, town center, mountain monastery hit points, and it costs quite a bit of influence. So getting a 3,000 influence tech in addition to wagon builders is quite strong, I think, as a card. This is a good one too. Units train faster. If you're going for Gatling camels or other mercenaries, this is a good one. This is essential for your Oromo and Javelin cav. This is an excellent card. This is a good one. Your 2 skirmisher upgrades are good. I'm just going to speed this up right now. Talk about the last thing. So everything is in now, pretty much. The last thing to talk about is this card here. And I'm pretty sure this is totally worth it, because you send this in. Slow it down again. And now I believe you can add quite a good amount of resources by having your cows on fields. And you want 7 fields, I think, for 20 cows. And what I think is happening is that in addition to them gathering food, they're still collecting influence for you. So I don't think the amount of influence you get trickled is any less than if they were just on the market. So all told, having your mountain monasteries, 6 of them, gathering coin and influence, or however you want to make it, plus the cows on the fields, also trickling influence, comes out to about 20 villagers gathering, which is equivalent to or better than European factories. So that's really the little kind of non-intuitive and complicated way that Ethiopia can match other civs, like with factories, for eco and late game. Yeah, that's it pretty much. You can get these techs too. Oh, the other thing that's neat, I think, that's underused is Ethiopia can get missionaries for coin, and I don't believe they cost population, so you can just have these up with your army. They can also be healing, but I think that's quite strong to have that as well with your army. That tech is good too. And if you want cannons, you need to research this tech. Cannons shadow tech, which I think is very strong, especially if you're aging up to 4 or 5. You can just immediately have, Imperial Falconets without having to research any of the text for them. So, yeah, let's see. Are these guys on? They're not doing what they're supposed to. But I think it's the way to go. If someone thinks this is maybe incorrect, it's better to just keep them on the market, let me know. The one downside is that you can't sell cows now for food. You can still get the Royal Banquet going. But I think in like deep late game, selling cows for resources is less impactful than just having them gather on fields and trickling influence for you. Yeah, that's it pretty much. Get all these, of course, too. Those are my thoughts on late game Ethiopia.